Hey, what's up everyone? This is Mr. Cynics, and I got a free-for-all for you guys on Skidrow. And I go 30 and 6, and it's not terribly exciting, but I've been recording too many videos lately, and so this one is just kind of, I kind of just posted it in a way. And the class I'm using is going to be the M16A4 with the holographic sight, and I got Scavenger on, so I can claim more people. And what else I got? Stop and Power Pro and Ninja Pro. I pretty much always have that. And it's my first Claymore kill. And for a couple of tips for playing free-for-alls, for I don't know if those of you who haven't played or aren't very good like me. I'm pretty terrible at free-for-alls, to be honest with you. I only recently started playing. I'm just gonna tell you give you some tips that that help me play and help me win. So you see here, I'm kind of just, I guess you can say it's camping, but I've played my share of free-for-alls. I haven't played a lot, but with what I've gathered from experience is that there's either one or two or three, there's usually no more than three hot spots on a map where there's a lot of traffic that people run through. And while this house isn't necessarily a hot spot, people spawn on either side of it. They spawn on the right side and they spawn on the left side, and they either tend to run towards the stairs where I'm looking right now, and or they spawn on the other side and they come my way. And so a little tip for beginners is use claymores, definitely scavenger, so you can place out as many claymores as you can. I think you can only do 2 claymores at a time. I think me and my friend tried to figure this out, and I think we could only do 2 claymores at a time. I think if you try to put out another one, if you get 3 from scavenger and you put one out, then one blows up or something like that. Like your first one blows up or something like that. I don't really remember how that worked, but I think you can only use 2 at a time anyway. And you see there, I get my Harrier strike and place another claymore. And people might say this is camping, but in free-for-all it's imperative to kind of run in between areas, or run in an area or whatnot. And that's kind of how I play. I play very tactical, and usually I tend to stay where I spawn. That way I don't run all over the place and somebody spawns behind me, if you know what I mean. And kill that guy, another claymore. And I just keep running back and forth in between here, and people just come my way, and I just take them out. A lot of the times when you kind of run back and forth between this area, you can catch a lot of people off guard, running across the middle or running across the big building there in the center that I'm about to run into right now. And I place the claymore there, and I always look down this long hallway. If you can control this long hallway and people coming up on your sides, then you can do pretty good in free-for-all on this map. And I kind of like playing Skidrow. It's not big, it's not small. I really like it, and I like looking down the long hallway. It gives me makes me feel better. It gives me an ego boost, While I'm not using a silencer on my gun, I do recommend using a silencer. Silenced ACR, any fully automatic gun in free-for-all is pretty much imperative. I know one of my friends said that I should talk about burst fire versus automatic, and when it comes to free-for-all, I use whatever I please, because usually you're not alive long enough. You don't really get a high enough kill streak to run out of ammo unless you're really bad aim. But I do get what he's saying. With burst fire, I tend to not go through much ammo, if you know what I'm saying. And with that being said, I do like the fully automatics a little bit better, because I can just kind of spray. And I want to talk about holographic sight versus red dot sight for a second. And I really hated the holographic sight when this game first came out. I thought it looked retarded, and I was always a big fan of the red dot sight, and that was always my favorite sight. And now you can see me using the holographic here, and I kind of like it. It's pretty nice. They both essentially do the same thing. Before, when I first started playing, I thought that because the holographic sight was like looks kind of bigger. You know, it's got the circle and then a dot in the center, and I always thought that meant like the bullet spread was gonna be wider. You know, and I always felt like I needed more precise sight, I guess to say, and I always liked the red dot sight, and that was always my favorite. But the holographic sight, you know, works just fine for me. And so a couple of keys that I've talked about so far for winning, or at least doing decent in free for all, is use a silenced weapon. It really does a lot of work when people don't know where you are, and you can shoot and not have to worry about people seeing your red dot and 1,800 people coming your way. And then the other thing is, if you're brand new at it or something like that, or you know, whatever, if you're patrolling an area that's small like I am, then you can use claymores. That's what I do. If you're patrolling a big area, I mean like running back and forth between areas or something like that, like in the state or wasteland or something like that, I don't recommend you use claymores because they're kind of pointless in that sense. Another thing I want to talk about is to really do good in free for all. I really think that you have to have this kind of mentality, and you have to realize that you're alone. I mean, you don't have a team that's got your back. You constantly have to keep checking your corners, and that's imperative to win in free for all. And that's why I think I do so good in free for all, because well, not so good in free for all, but better than I do in team games anyway. You probably rarely see me post team deathmatch videos, something like that. Although I am trying to get one of those kind of videos up for you guys. But I thrive when when I feel like the odds are against me. And when I'm on my own versus everyone, that's the ultimate, like, me versus everyone. Odds are against me, like, you know what I mean. And so you kind of have to have that mentality, I feel, to do good in free for all. I feel like you gotta just understand that you're alone, no team has your back, and you have to keep checking your corners and doing everything you can to, you know, kind of stay alive. So those are just a couple of things to help you in free for all. I'll address some more, blah blah blah, in my next video. I'll post one up soon, and you can see that I ended up with 30-6 on Skidrow. And so I hope to see you guys in my next video. And comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Alright guys, see you later.